All right. My name is Eduardo. It is a pleasure being here tonight. This is my model, Richard. I'm gonna be doing a look tonight. It's a Zoom makeup look for females, but I'm gonna be using Richard's face and show you guys on how to accentuate your makeup for a Zoom meeting or a dinner date, or whenever you're wearing your mask and you wanna look more attractive, enhance your eyes and things of that nature. So I've been working for Blushington for over a year. I am a makeup artist for 19 years. I've worked in many amazing places. And I've been working with Blushington for on the Upper East Side, and I also work in the Midtown store. And it's been an amazing experience. Blushington predominantly uses all the makeup lines that we carry. It's all female found. It's all about supporting the females, and it's a really the lines are all very organic. Everything is very clean makeup, no animal testing or anything of that nature. And this Blushington has about 6 stores: Dallas, New York, and Los Angeles. And we are also known for the premium destination for hair, makeup, nails, no, for hair, makeup, eyebrows, and dry styling. I'm an esthetician, also a cosmetologist. So I'm gonna show you guys on how to do this Zoom makeup today. Um, all the products I'm gonna be using today, it's on blushington.com, and you can use Eduardo20, which is a code that you get 20% off. And you guys also can go on blushington.com. There are also amazing one-on-one classes and pretty parties, which is a group of girls that can choose a makeup artist of your choice, and you can choose the class that you want to do, which could be any makeup class or skincare class, or how to take care of your groom your eyebrows. There's many different classes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. Again, this is Richard for everybody that just got in here, and I'm gonna be doing a Zoom makeup look on him. So I'll show you girls, because usually when you're on camera, it tends to be washed out. So you wanna make sure that your makeup is a little bit heavier than normal whenever you're on camera. So to start out, I'm gonna use Biotherm to make sure that his skin is nice, clean, and moisturized. You always want to make sure your skin is moisturized and clean prior to applying your makeup, because makeup will lay a lot nicer and it will last a lot longer. So you want to have a good makeup application. The key is starting the right way. So I'm using just a cotton pad, and I'm going to go very gently, small circle motions, starting with his forehead. And you always want to bring everything up when you're cleaning your face. So you want to truly just get all the debris and the oils that you have on your face before you moisturize it, so you have a nice clean canvas.
And if you click on the video box and hit pin video, this will stay the biggest one on your screen, so you can get a front row seat as well.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Richard.
Of course.
So make sure after you're done cleaning, now I'm gonna use a nice serum, a vitamin E serum, because you wanna look glowy and you wanna have the radiant skin. So I really love One Love Organics Vitamin E. It comes in a roller tube. It's very easy to apply, and you apply usually on the areas on the T-zone, on the cheek areas, or sometimes you can apply it in your eyes. It depends on what area that is really amazing. Vitamin E is really good for the skin, especially at nighttime. But I really love to use this as a primer as well. So I'm applying this on his forehead, some on the cheeks, because I want his skin to be hydrated and dewy. I wanted that very nice dewy look. Now, on circle motions, I want to just make sure I spread everything evenly. Make sure I get all those pores. And of course, the best way to apply makeup, guys, is to exfoliate your skin every day. If you guys go on blushington.com, BeautyRx has some amazing products for exfoliation. that will leave your skin so beautiful, clean. The pores will be tighter, the lines will be gone, and the application of your makeup will be excellent.
And I've been using it over a year, and I am over 40. I'm not going to say how much over 40, but over 40.
Now I'm gonna go over with the Skin Dew by One Love Organics. Also, you can use Skin Dew to remove your makeup, and also you can use Skin Dew if you want to make your foundation. If you think that day you want to use your foundation a little lighter, you can do half a foundation, a little bit of Skin Dew, and you can turn your foundation to a tinted moisturizer. And it's very, very, very moist. It's very moisturizing. It leaves your skin very dewy. So it's perfect for the look, that dewy look that you want to use this under your foundation.
It's so light too.
And it's very, very light, yes. It doesn't feel oily, it doesn't feel greasy. It just does its job and just gives you a nice glowy reflection. As you guys can see, it really, really illuminates the skin. So now that I went ahead and moisturized the skin, one last thing is moisturizing your eyes, ladies. You wanna make sure you wanna moisturize your eyes because that's the key for the concealer or any color correction you do under your eyes. You won't sit under the lines. You know, when you put on your concealer, after a little while, you're out and about, you look in your mirror and you have like little lines. That would stop all that. Beauty RX is amazing. It's a gentle exfoliant eye cream. It's super, super moisturizing, very amazing. And also, not only will moisturize, but it will take away those crow's feet and now the fine lines if you have it. If you're having problems with fine lines, it will get rid of all that. I also say whenever you're gonna apply your eye moisturizer, use your ring finger because it's the gentlest for your eye areas. Your eye area, the skin is very gentle, very, very thin. So you want to make sure that you are very, 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 just take very, go very gently with.
And for those that have recently joined, if you have any questions, feel free to put them right in the chat box and we'll make sure they get answered for you.
Thank you so much. Now that his face is nice and moisturized, we're ready to start the makeup. I like to start with the eyes. I like to recommend to anybody to start with the eyes because usually when you're doing your eyes, you're gonna have fallout. So if you have your foundation on, you're gonna have to go over and clean it. But some people are really good and don't have fallout, but it's a really good way to start. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my color correction, and I'm gonna use the Stila color correction palette. It's really nice because you can use it in the summer and you can use it in the winter because it has a lighter color and a darker color that you can mix, and it comes with the powders. It's really amazing. Very, very easy to use. I'm gonna use my fingers with this to heat it up. It's really not like, it works better when you heat it up with your the heat of your fingers. And I'm gonna apply all over the lid because I'm using the color corrector as a primer. Reason being, you can use it as a concealer as well because you want your eyeshadows to last longer and you want the application to be vibrant, especially for a Zoom meeting. It washes you out when you're in the camera, so you want those areas to pop. So that's what the color corrector is going to do. It's going to make sure the eyeshadow stay in place and it goes on a lot more vibrant. But you gotta make sure that you set it right after, which the palette is perfect because it comes with the setting powders. So I make sure I spread it out even with the heat of my fingers. It's very easy to apply. Of course, make sure you sanitize your hands before. You always wanna make sure we're taking care of the hygiene. Now I'm gonna use the setting powder on top of it. I'm gonna set it. Why are we setting it? Because we want a smooth application. We don't want the eyeshadow to sit blotchy and be hard for you to blend. The key to have a good makeup application is to blend. Blending is the key. So now that he's nice and set, and I'm using the Bedallion brush, 785, also on Blushington.com. You can go on Blushington.com and use Eduardo 20 and you get a 20% off on all the products that I'm showing you here today.
So we have a question here from Margaret who wants to know, what do you do if you have to wear eyeglasses when you Zoom?
Well, you always can make your eyes like a little smoky. Today I'm doing this look. It's called smoky mirrors. So it's a bit smoky. Even if you have your eyeglasses, you can still see your eye makeup done nicely. And even if you're wearing your eyeglasses, you want to concentrate on the areas of your face where it's out. So you want to make sure your contouring is nice and make sure your lips are done nicely because your eyes are going to be mostly covered. So if you're wearing eyeglasses, you concentrate on your skin and on your contour. That's my recommendation. So now, this is Jouer, and it's also on Blushington.com. You can find if you look at smoky mirrors, you find all the products to do that look, and that's the palette that I'm gonna use it today. It's really nice for the summer and also the fall. It has amazing colors here for the fall.
We have another question from Tyriba who wants to know, she said this is so helpful. For darker skin tones, are there certain color setting powders we should use?
Exactly. So this is why I like this palette. Of course, I'm a darker tone person. So you want to use a setting powder. You could use your loose powder or your compact powder to set your eyes. Or you want to get an eyeshadow palette such as this one, and you want to use a color that's closest to your skin tone because you want to just make sure it's nice and setted, meaning the oils of the moisturizer and the concealer are dry, so we have a smooth application. So since he has lighter skin, I'm going to use the lightest color. You just go all over it, take the excess off, and go all over. And it's just a really easy application. You just go once all over, and it usually does that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys on how to bring your eyes out. You wanna start with the application, contouring your eyes. You wanna come in the area where the crease, right here, is where the eye folds, where the bone is right below the brow bone, in between the lid and the brow bone, right in the center. So what are you gonna do? I'm gonna use the eyeshadow that I'm using is this one right here. It's called Sepia Macchiato. I'm using the Macchiato color. It's a nice burnt orange color. So I'm gonna go right in the center, and you wanna make a wind wipe shield motion back and forth. And you wanna hold your brush towards the end because you want it to go very smoothly, because if you hold it too close, it will be too hard for you to blend. You just wanna go very lightly. You start it from the center and you go back and forth. And this is how you're gonna be contouring your eyes, separating the brow bone and differentiating, and also the lid. You're gonna give the eye a shape. And some people have hooded eyes, so you have to be very specific about that, because if you don't, you're not gonna see the eyeshadow. You want the eyeshadow to be seen. So you come right in the center, back and forth, and you wanna build the color. You go little by little, because if you put too much in it, it's hard to blend. So you wanna start as darker as you wanna go, but you always wanna start with less. So you're doing the wind wipe motion, and this is bringing his eyes out. You want to bring the eyes out. Bring back and forth. Now you guys can see a difference already. You see the difference on his eyes, how it's much more, it has depth, of the depth within the eyes is much deeper right now. So right now, since I already created a little bit of depth, I'm gonna come in the corner of the eyes in a V shape. I'm gonna bring it down and meet with the color of the crease. Bringing it in. And this is creating that nice cat look, elongating your eyes to make the eyes nice and large. But see, that's why I'm starting little by little, because everything is very, it's like transcending from dark to light. So you go, bring it everything in. Always holding the brush in the end of it, because you want to make sure it's very, like, you have that nice, from light to dark, but very naturally, as if there's no demarcation lines. That's when you know you're doing a good job. That's why you start with a little bit, and then you build up your color. Now the color that I'm using here right now is Sepia, which is a darker color. It's a nice brown, because it goes really well with blue, actually. Burnt oranges, dark browns. It really brings out those colors. What I'm creating here right now, I'm creating like a smoky brown eye. That's the smoky mirrors. You can also go on Blushington.com, and there is all the looks, our signature looks, and they're really easy to do. They're very amazing, and you can always book a class, a one-on-one class, which they're a lot of fun. So now that I made his eyes nice and contoured, as you ladies can see, it's nice and contoured. Everything is brought up. I want to make sure that's a little bit brighter, and I'm using the lightest color right in the teardrop area, just to highlight it, to make it lighter in the inner corner. So I want to just make nice, lighter in the inside and darker, because I want to just bring his eyes out. When you have hooded eyes, you have to really like make sure that you do the proper application in the corners. Otherwise, you won't really see the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to. Okay.
Yeah, Susan's very funny. She said, if you ever need a seasoned model, she's available for makeovers.
Okay. Now, I like to spice it up a little bit. So I'm going over with Mocha, which is a very burnt orange color, because I want to bring up the blue in his eyes. And more burn colors I'm putting in the ends of it. That's, that's the fun things with this eyeshadow palette. You can always mix all the colors.
And I believe Catherine has a question as well.
Yes,
She'd like to know, how should the color of the V shape differ from the one that goes in the crease?
What's going to happen is you want to go darker in the V shape and blend it in with the color in the crease. And blending it in, like you bring it in the V and you blend it in with the crease. And it's going to be gradually, and it becomes really pretty. It's very easy to do. Nice and gradual. As you guys can see, just bring a little closer. It's a nice and gradual job. So now that we're almost done with that part, I want to use the dark brown that I use on the crease. Look up. And you want to just bring halfway in the bottom so you can connect with the V color that's on top, giving that nice smoky brown. It looks really pretty and diffused in the bottom of his eyes. You can see the difference in between both eyes. The reason why I'm bringing halfway is because it makes the eyes larger. Some people like to go all the way in, and you can, and I'm gonna do it as well. Look up so you guys can see it, but I'm bringing it in halfway first. And I'm using the Bedallion brush 718. It's a very pointy brush, and it makes the perfect diffuse line very, very nice and smoky. It picks up just enough color. It doesn't apply too much heavy color on it. Because sometimes you use a brush and you put so much color on it. And this brush does, and it applies just enough to give you that nice smoky look. Now I'm bringing it all the way in, that beautiful brown that is turning his eye from blue to green now. And just to diffuse it, there is a black color in the palette. I'm gonna go right in the corner in the eyelash area and make a V just in the end. Just to make it really pop. Just a little V right in the end, right in the eyelash area right here. And that's it for now. And now I'm gonna go the next eye and do the same thing. Because what this is doing is just making the sure it's really nice and heavy in the corners, giving that nice cat look. All the ladies love to have that beautiful elongated look, and that's what this will do. Lighter in the inner and darker inside, but very gradual. Okay. Mm-hmm. And this is it. Now I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna clean under the eye and take the little fallout that I had. You always wanna pat it. You don't wanna go too harsh when you're cleaning your fallout because you don't wanna have that line. You wanna have this, leave the nice smoky that you just did. So you just pat it with the Macedoine water that you use it in the beginning. Biotherm is amazing. It's really good for your skin. And I just pat it and I just take the whatever it is that fall off and fell out. Now I want to go over with the eyeliner. And for the eyeliner, what I want to do today, I'm going to use the Smudge Spot by Stila. They have it in black, but I'm using the brown. And it is a really nice way to do eyeliners because it's waterproof, so it won't be running down your eyes if you sweat or anything of that nature, and comes off really, really easily as well. But once you use it with this brush, it makes the perfect liner. Look down for me.
And Catherine would like to know what color eyeshadows are recommended for hazel eyes.
Hazel eyes, you can also use greens, and you can also use the burnt orange. Like this palette is really nice for hazel eyes. It will really bring out your eye colors. All the colors in the middle, you can use it in your crease and go darker in the V in the corner, and it really makes the hazel pop out because it has really nice dark browns and burnt oranges. It's really beautiful. Look down. Mm-hmm. Close your eyes. I'm making the liner a little bit thicker. When you do eyeliner, it's up to you how you like your eyeliner and how large your eyes is. Of course, if you have a smaller almond-shaped eyes, you don't want to make the eyeliner too thick. So I'm just accentuating now the eyes with the liner, really close to the lash line, because that also will make the eyelashes look a lot thicker. If you guys can see. Smudge pot is really, really amazing, especially the one in brown. It's one of my favorite colors. And I'm doing the same motion in the next eye. You just use, make sure you just go inside of the pot, like bringing it in, rolling the brush inside of it. And the brush already has the shape, the pointy shape, so it's really easy to apply. You can also use it in your eyebrows. There's a lot of different different things you can do with the smudge pot. I also use it in my eyebrows to fill it in with a different eyebrow with a different brush. It's a multi-purpose. Now I'm gonna go back to the eye because I wanna smudge it just a little bit. And I'm using the bronzer, the same bronzer that I'm gonna use to contour the face. I wanna just put a little bit because also you can do your eyeshadow with your bronzer or with your blushes. I just wanna go a little bit under here because I don't want my eyeliner to be too sharp. And I'm going right on top of it, right in the corner, just to add a little bit of color. Remember, you want the eyes to pop in that zone. Now, one of my favorite things, and it really makes the eyes so pretty, especially at nighttime, is the Stila. It's the little, this one is the kitten Karma and Diamond Dust. And it's like a watery sparkle. It's so pretty. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna come in this inner area and I'm gonna go over it and I'll come back with this brush by Vidalium and I kind of just smudge. So you will have the nice shimmer in the center. But it is really, really beautiful. And it just makes it pop. If you guys can see it. And that gives you that beautiful smoky mirror that I was talking about. You put a little bit right where your teardrop is. And you bring the brush and you just brush and you just bring it in. Right on your lid. Just now you created the beautiful smoking mirror. It's smoky, but it's still mirrored like. Really, really amazing. One of my favorites. And they come in various different colors. You can go blushington.com and check it out. They're super amazing. They're made by Stila. They are amazing. These are the Diamond Dust. And the one that I used, don't have, was Kitten Karma. It's super, super lovely. It's easy to use. You can also use it in your cheeks, whatever area in your face you want to highlight it. It's really nice to use. Now, I want to fill in the eyebrow. I love the brow gel. The brow gel, it's really nice because it has a great spoolie, which is very small. So you can either make sure your eyebrows are nice and fluffy, or you can make your eyebrows very defined. Whatever way you desire to have your eyebrow, you can design it with the end of the spoolie. It's really in right now to have very full, nice and fluffy eyebrows. So I'm just gonna really make it nice and fluffy, his eyebrows. And also the great thing with this, if you have grays, sometimes it happens you don't have time to go to the hairdresser. You can use on your roots and it covers your grays and it doesn't make your hair sticky and it only will come off when you wash it.
Lovely quick fix.
It's a lovely quick fix. A 2-in-1 right there.
Oh, thank you, Susan. She said a stunning look. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you so much, Susan. So it's really easy to make the eyebrow nice and elongated, and it just makes this, it's very natural looking, but it really brings out the eyebrows. It's like the perfect color for your color, whatever color your eyebrows are. We have it in stock, and you can go and look on Blushington.com and match your color, and they are so amazing. Really easy to work with. I'm brushing it up. And it's another great way to do your eyebrows. Just coming closer, you want to brush it up and then comb it down. You see? And it just really brings the eyebrows to the order. Now, I want to go over the skin. We want to go over and make sure the skin is nice and ready for it. So let me go ahead and apply the mascara, one of my favorite mascaras as well. I really like I like a few products like that I really like to work with all the time, and this is one of them, which is the Kevin of One. It's the volume mascara. Reason being is they have a small spoolie, and it really gets in the roots and it lifts the eyelashes, giving a lot of volume. And it really doesn't stick together. It's very nice. Everybody loves the mascara that it just comes all separated. That's the mascara. We want to go in get it in the roots of it and wiggle it up. That's the best way to apply it. And if you want a second coat, it's just, mascara is, some people like a lot, some people just like very little. But this one coat, it does a lot for you. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to ask. So you go under it, you wiggle it up. Also, when you're doing Zoom makeup, you want to make sure you get those bottom lashes. Close it. So now that we did that, we are going to go ahead and start with the skin. I'm gonna go today, I'm gonna prep his skin with Herborium, and I'm gonna use the CC corrector. The Herborium is really, really amazing because once you take out of the tube, it comes off white. So I wanna do a demonstration for you guys. This one is green, but the other colors that I have is pretty much white. And this is a CC corrector for people that have red skin, rosacea, or being in the sun a little too long, but you want to make it nice and even. You want to prepare your skin before you put the foundation so you don't have to have too much foundation on to cover everything. You want to have a nice smooth application. So once the heat of your skin gets in contact with the product, it will turn into your skin color. So this is the green color, and I'm gonna put it on his forehead so you guys can see it. And I'm going to emulsify it, and you guys will see how this will turn into his skin color. It's really cool because a lot of people see it the first time, like, how is that possible? It's the coolest thing ever. It's the greatest technology ever. It totally makes your skin super smooth and even. It takes every evenness out of the skin. Whatever redness you have is going to be gone. A little bit here, a little bit here. Those are the areas usually that a lot of people that have redness have problem with.
Such as myself.
Yes, you want to make sure it's nice and smooth. And ours works well. You can also apply with the beauty blender. It does it does the job as well. And today I'm going to be using Aqualuminous. Aqualuminous by Becca. It's very light and it's iridescent. It's luminous. So it's a great foundation for your Zoom meeting. Why? Because your skin is gonna be nice and glowy, and once you contour it, it's gonna look really, really pretty. I just use a pump of it, and this is gonna be enough for the whole face. Using the beauty blender, you just go all over. You just dab it very lightly. And this is very, very natural looking. It's really pretty. It's one of my favorites of all time because it's great for the summertime. Aqualuminous is very iridescent and it makes your skin super, super dewy.
Jessica would like to know, do you think sponges is compatible with the Becca Aqualuminous foundation? Wait, hold on. Do you think sponges or foundation brushes are better for blending? That was first. Second question, what type of skin is compatible with the Becca Aqualuminous foundation?
First question, I like it better to use the Beauty Blender because you get a smoother application when you do the dabbing. Sometimes when you apply with the, you have to really dab it. You cannot apply like you're painting it because you're gonna get streaks. So I really like to apply with the Beauty Blender because I don't like no streaky look on the face. So I would wear the Beauty Blender before a foundation brush at any time.
And what type of skin is compatible with the Becca Aqualuminous foundation?
No, you want a skin with better texture because it's a very light foundation and it's not full coverage. So it's best for skin that are drier skin, so because it's very light, it's not really full coverage, but it really makes your skin nice and even. Now I'm just going over this, making sure everything is nice and smooth. You guys can see how illuminated his face is with the Aqualuminous. Now all I have to do is set up, I'm gonna use the Jouer powder. Jouer is very, very nice and light. I'm using the Jouer powder to set. And it's very smooth. Jouer, whenever you apply Jouer powder, it makes the skin, it doesn't make your skin dry looking. It just sets really nicely, but it still gives that nice dewy look with it. It's a really nice powder. The powders by Jouer are so beautiful to work with. You just want to go very lightly because you still want them to have the nice dewy illuminating look. We're just setting to make sure the makeup will stay nice and long for today. So now that we are nice and set, we're gonna go ahead and I wanna show you guys on how to contour for a Zoom makeup. I'm using today the Illuminizing Powder by RMS and my Data Bronzer. I'm using also a bedazzling brush. This is really nice because it has it has plastic on the end of the brush because it's really nice to use a wet as well, and it goes on very smoothly, this brush, the application. So you just want to dab it, take the excess off, and now some people make a fish face so you can see where your bone is, and it's right here. You want to apply right here in this area, from here up, and you want to bring it all the way in the hairline, the bronzer, because we want to make sure the T-zone is nice and highlighted. So we're starting circle motions.
And Maria would like to know, should the foundation color be the color of your skin or a tone lighter?
The foundation color, I would recommend to do the tone color of your skin. Now, maybe you want to do a little lighter, think like highlighting under your eyes. Maybe your concealer is a bit lighter, that is fine. But you always want to have the same tone. You don't want to have a demarcation line. So you just bring this up all the way around the hairline.
And Catherine wants to know, is it better to use a powder or a cream contour?
Cream contour is also really nice. You can use both. Reason, cream contour is very dewy, it's dewy and more illuminating. Powder is matte and more defined. So both of them, it depends on how you feel on that day. So I'm getting all the hairline. And bringing it in, right? Making sure this area is nice and covered. But we're doing Zoom makeup, so you wanna make sure it's a bit darker because you wanna see it. Now, you just asked me about the cream. The cream also is really nice because you can make it, you can make the contouring more, the contour is gonna be darker whenever you do cream contouring. I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm using a little bit of cream contouring on this area and this area. And this brush is really amazing to do cream contouring with. And I just use a little bit of concealer to do my cream contouring with the bronzer. And it's more predominant. You can see it better. I'm using the Becca in a darker shade to contour his skin. I'm going over the powder because I want to really make him look nice and bronze. So you want to apply very lightly and go over those areas. And that's when the cream contour, the difference between cream contour and others. And the powder, because you really, really, really can see it now. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of blush just to bring his skin up, and it's really gonna make a huge difference. I'm using Dahlia by Becca. No, actually, I want something a little bit lighter. I'm using a little bit pinker, actually. I'm gonna use Camellia. I'm doing a cream blush. Camellia by Stila. I'm gonna write in the apples. It's easy for you to find the apple. You just smile and you just blend it right with the contouring, giving them a nice kissed look. Another thing too, to apply the blush, a liquid blush, a cream blush with a powder blush, it really makes it last longer because sometimes you apply your blush and it's really hard for you to see. Now, another thing that you guys want to do a little bit is contour a little bit of your nose if you want. It's optional. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm going to just show you how to do it because you're on Zoom, so you want to really look your best. So I'm going to go right here with the same bronzer, very lightly, with the same brush that you apply the eyeshadow, contouring his nose, and then we just go over with the PYT highlighter called Upgrade. It's very nice. PYT is very, very clean line, very organic. So now I'm going to highlight the areas where on the T-zone, above your lips, and the chin. And right here where you did your contouring, I'm using a big fluffy brush because this will totally illuminate and connect the entire look together, making it look beautiful in bronze. And not only you're gonna have a great meeting, you can also wear this makeup to go out. And here we are. Now that I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start with the lips. And before you do your lips, I usually recommend that you apply a little bit of balm. And we go over with the Jouer balm. Why? Because you wanna make sure your lips are ready and set to be. You want to make sure your lips are very smooth when you're applying your lipstick or lip gloss. So I'm just going over with a little bit of Jouer, the lip gloss, just to make sure your lips nice and smooth. Sometimes, you know, it happens, summertime, our lips get really dry. So now I'm gonna go, it's called Minimal. I'm using the Minimal lip liner. The Minimal is made by Kevin Laquan, a gorgeous lip liner. And I love to apply lip liner, especially when you're doing gloss, because even if you're gonna go eat, your lip liner will stay and you don't have to worry about it. And it really makes a beautiful look for the Zoom meeting. Now, somebody asked me earlier about glasses. This is the perfect thing to do when wearing glasses because your face is totally contoured and your lips are popping out. So you just want to make sure your lips are really nice and defined. That's a very nice smooth lip liner. You just go over. You don't really want to go over the little wedge, the edge of the lip, because otherwise it will look overdrawn. And also there's lip liners, you can use that as a lipstick going all over the lip. And that's what I'm doing right here, because even if you're gonna be talking all the time, your lip gloss wear out a little bit and you still have a lot of color. And now I'm gonna go with the Nude Envy and Peaceful. Nude Envies are so beautiful because they last a long time and they also are very, very, it feels really nice on the lip. And I'll start applying from the inner, leaving some of the lip liner for you to see it so you have that definition. And this is the final piece. And this is the final piece, the contouring. You can see all your highlighted face. All the products that I use today is on blushington.com. Thank you so much, guys, for being over here with me today. And I'm gonna also talk about, I want you guys to go ahead and check out the next class because I'm gonna be teaching you guys on how to do a look from the night before so you wake up with your hair ready to go the next day with hair products that we have from Blushington, which are amazing. And I'm gonna be showing you guys on how to do all of that. Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you guys join the next class because I'm gonna be talking about hair, and hair is gonna be really, really fun. Thank you so much for joining this class, Zoom. Oh, thank you. Now I'm gonna be doing this. I want to show you one thing, guys. The key to have a better skin, it's this kit. It's called the Progressive Peel. Go on blushington.com and check it out. It is literally the fountain of youth. You will better your skin. It's good for all types of skins, and you really will totally change the texture of your skin, making your makeup application a lot more easier. And I really like to recommend this every time because you're really gonna see the difference on applying your makeup every day. So that's the difference how my makeup and his makeup always looks so different. It's because of the Beauty RX Progressive Peel. It is really, really amazing. You guys should check it out. Please come and check my class out next time. Again, I'm gonna be doing some hair so you guys can wake up the next day having your hair ready. I'm gonna show you a few tricks with dry hair. And also I'm gonna go over some nice makeup as well.
If anyone has any more questions, feel free to type them in.
If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to type it in. And one last thing that I always like to do, and I did it, and I like to apply some vitamin D when I'm done with the makeup as a setter, because it not only sets, but it also makes your skin really, really nice when right before you're gonna do your Zoom meeting. And I hope you guys liked my masterpiece. It was amazing being here. What's the best type of brush for powder? The best brush for powder is the Medallion. It comes in a kit as well. You can go on blushington.com and they have the big fluffy brush for powder. It's really amazing. Every time you guys apply, use your brushes, I would recommend spray your brushes down with alcohol and clean it, because this will make I have my brushes for years. It makes your brushes to last for a long time. If you always use your makeup brush and just let it sit the makeup for weeks at a time, it will damage the brush. When you go wash it, it's gonna come apart. So the best way to have a nice brush for a long time is to clean it every time you use it. How often more? I like to, like I just said, every time you use your brush, you want to spray alcohol and use a white cloth and clean it. And once a week, you want to use a gentle soap and wash it off. And you want to do this, wash it in a bowl and squeeze it with your fingers and let it air dry. But always make sure you squeeze it so it has a nice form, so it doesn't lose its form. But make sure you guys always clean it after each use because it will last a lot longer. Any more questions? Feel free to ask any more questions, guys. Well, thanks again. I really appreciate it. Go on blushington.com. My name is Eduardo Pereira. You use Eduardo 20, and you guys will have the discounts. Can you throw away?
Shona would like to know, can you use throwaways for makeup application? Like as in disposable brushes?
As in disposable brushes, yes. Absolutely. I use disposable all the time. The only difference with this applying with the disposable eyeshadows is really kind of hard because you want to have a nice smooth application, and that's the key of eyeshadow. You want to have the beautiful from light to dark, no demarcation line. And with the disposables, it's very tricky to get it like that. But if you're using for your lips, yes. But I would definitely would want to invest in a brush, which is amazing. You can always go and use one brush, can do your whole entire eyeshadow work. This one brush is the 785, and it will do your whole entire eye look. You don't really need to have 1,000 brushes. One brush, you can just use it, clean it every day, and everything will be fine. Thank you very much, guys. It was amazing being here with you today. Please come and check it out, my next class, next Wednesday, and I'm so excited to see you guys again. Bye.